Good morning. It is Monday and it is July 6th, and it's time for High Five. This morning as I was waking up, I was thinking about Ecclesiastes chapter 3. Now, Solomon is most known for his temple, the temple that he built. And that temple has three parts. It has the outer court, where, there's a lot of light, because it wasn't inside, it was all outside that was being done. And then you have the inner court, and that is the showbread and the menorah that gives the light into that area. And then it has the Holy of Holies. Now, Proverbs is likened to the outer court, where you don't need a whole lot of light. And if you haven't read the Passion Translation on Proverbs, it would behoove you to read it. You can read one every day, and it'll take you 1 month to read it. And Proverbs is really easy to understand. And I love the way that the Passion Translation has the commentaries at the bottom of the book, if you get the book and not just read it online in Bible Gateway. But it has commentaries that really breaks open the Hebrew meaning, and it just makes it so rich. And you'll be surprised that every single day that proverb will be speaking something into your life. And then it's the book of Ecclesiastes. The book of Ecclesiastes is harder to understand. You have to chew on it because it's hard to understand. It really is. When it starts out, everything is meaningless. Everything in this life is meaningless. As I was waking up this morning, I was thinking, there's a time for everything under heaven. There's a time to be born. There's a time to die. There's a time to plant, a time to uproot, and there's a time for everything. And I was thinking to the Lord, when is it time for this coronavirus thing to be over, for this COVID to be over? It is so incredibly long. It just seems it's going long. But, we've been a comfortable generation. We haven't seen a lot of the hard things like our forefathers have. And so we really have been into a comfort place. And then we have the Song of Songs, which is also the Song of Solomon. Solomon wrote all these thousands of songs, but he had the Song of Songs, was the best of the best. And that is like the Holy of Holies, where you have to have one person into the Holy of Holies at each time. And there was a summer, I think it was 2014, that every night the Lord would take me into the Song of Songs, into the Holy of Holies, and he unveiled it. And the Song of Songs is actually one of my very favorite books of the whole Bible. Once you understand it, you see yourself just, having no strength or not understood and not close to the Lord. And you see yourself just in the Holy of Holies with Jesus Christ himself. But as I was waking up this morning, like I said, I was talking about the Ecclesiastes. And when you come to the end of Ecclesiastes, it's a conclusion of the whole matter, and it wraps up the whole book. And of many books, there is no end, and much study wearies the body. He said, now all has been heard, and here is the conclusion of the matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is a whole duty of man. For God will bring every deed into judgment, including every hidden thing, whether it is good or evil. This brings me a lot of hope. There's a lot of things that are going on that are not right, but God will bring everything, every deed of every man into judgment. In every hidden thing in the media, every hidden thing about this COVID. And I trust God. I trust that he is going to be able to bring all this into the light. And, on our prayer call, we have a prayer call every morning at 8 o'clock. And for years, the Lord has asked us to ask him to expose. And so sometimes I just say, expose, Lord, expose all the hidden things about this, expose the corruption of man. Amen. So that's my conclusion about Song of Solomon this morning, Ecclesiastics and Proverbs. It is like the outer court, the inner court, and the Holy of Holies. And all of them bring into conclusion to trust and love God. Amen. God bless.